Hello and welcome to another episode. In this video, we are going to talk about useCallback. What is this function and actually how we are going to use this hook to improve our performance in our React application. So let's dive into the code. First thing I want to explain to you is a little theory of how things works in React. So for example, when you render a component, if there is a function inside the component, with every render that function is created again. So component renders, the function is recreated, and then you see the render output. But sometimes we don't want the function to be recreated, like nothing changed inside that function that we need to recreate that function. So if we be able to prevent that function from recreating, it will have a slight performance boost in this case. So that's when we are going to use callback. Use callback hook is a hook that helps us achieve recreating functions only if they are necessary. So the component renders, then there is a way that we can ask, should this function even be recreated? And we achieve that through dependencies. So each function has an array of dependencies. And inside this array, anything that changed will trigger a function recreate. So as you see here, we have a use callback here, and I believe it's actually like this. So this is the syntax. We have use callback, we have the function, and we have the dependencies. So anything inside the dependencies, if that variable changed, then the function will be recreated. So as you see here, we have a condition, should it be recreated? If yes, it will be recreated. If not, we just see the render output. So let's see the code, and I will show you a real example that you see actually how this works. So let's go to the code. Inside my code editor, as you see here, I have a very small React application. Let's see, for example, what it does for now. Okay, as you see here, I have an app component. I have two arrays, task count and task array. So I have an increase count that make count one more. And also I have an add task that add a task to this array. And I have a component called task list. This task list component actually have a memoized functionality. As you see here, I use the memo from React. If you want to see how use memo work, you can check my other video here. Okay, but let's see. As you know, the memo function, for the people who didn't see that last video, the memo functionality is like the component only created if any of the props change. So in this case, if tasks array or add task function change, then we will recreate this component. I have inside my app component a task list and a button to increase the count, and inside the task list there is a button to add task. So let's see how this application works actually. If you check here, okay, let me refresh. Okay, you see when I add the task, or component recreated. You see 5 times it's recreated, but it's not related to count because it's totally different. But now when I click on count, it also, as you see here, it keeps recreating. So these are the renders that we want to avoid, because anytime that our application re-renders, it is an overhead for our performance. So let's see what we can do. Inside here, if I put this set task array inside the use callback, so let's first import use callback. And I try to put this inside the use callback. And then as a dependency, I should just use task array. Remember, the dependencies is the part that if it change, we want the function to be recreated. So we add task array here, and now let's refresh. As you see, now I add the tasks. And as you see here, anytime I click, the component are recreated. But if I click on count now, there is no effect. So it means the function is not recreated again, because if the function recreated again, then the component will be recreated and we will see a console log. So this was how we need to use callback in our React applications to achieve a better performance. I hope I explained it to you well, and if you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments and I will be happy to answer it. Thank you. Bye bye.